Now, as some of you may know, that 2026 marks the year that Super Chases return, and we just got our first two Super Chases that have returned to the mainline for one over a decade and for one like almost a decade, and that is Flash Nielsen and Morgan Martins. And I'm just gonna give out like my thoughts. This isn't a review or anything. I'll review these pretty soon, but I'm just gonna give out my thoughts about these re-release Super Chases, about like the pros and cons. So you see like the pros, I guess like Mattel, like in my opinion or my theory is that like Mattel like just like wanted something special for like the 20th anniversary and thought that like that re-releasing Super Chases might be a great idea. But that is kind of like a broken promise, saying that like Super Chases are only meant to be like released once, and only 4,000 of them are produced. And yeah, it feels like it feels like a broken promise to Mattel. But I guess this is the times that we're living in and the times that we are today. But to be fair, I guess I guess Mattel technically released Chases like with Relace in 2022 and Miles Axelrod Open Hood in 2023. So I guess like technically, but like those are chases. These are super chases. Although like there are just some cons to go inside with it, is that like you see that like Flash Nielsen is actually like an accurate dark blue color because the original one had like a lighter blue color. However, Morgan Martins is still downscaled, just like the Race and Rescue one. And so yeah, since that deluxes don't exist no more, he's unfortunately like scaled down. And the cons is that like like I said, it's like kind of like a broken promise. And since that like if you're re-releasing like Super Chase Deluxes, that means they're going to be like resized and they're not going to look exactly the same as or as they were before. But on like a brighter note, I guess it is kind of good for like new collectors so that they can like good again, like, oh, I don't have these, I didn't I wasn't there when they were like released. Well, like, and well, same for me, like I'm kind of like a new collector, and yeah, these are pretty good re-releases in my opinion. But it's just kind of fortunate that like Mattel is kind of like re-releasing them. Don't get me wrong, it is cool, you just can't get really too mad at it. But at the same time, it's just like it's one of those things that like you want to be mad about, that you want to be mad about it, but you can't. But yeah,